Hello, everyone. Today I thought I'd do a tarot spread about the coronavirus and what's going on with it, and why is it here, what is it trying to teach us, what can we learn from it, and also about what can we expect in the next while. The reason I'm going live to do this reading is because a few people who have consulted me for readings have reached out and asked me, what do I think about the coronavirus? As it happens, what I think about the coronavirus, I hope you can hear me. Okay, let's see if you can hear me. What I think about the coronavirus. Hmm. Okay, is this working? Let me just check everything. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, doesn't look like this is working. So I'm going to switch my headphone to a different one. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, so this is working. So, hello, hopefully you can hear me. I'm just going to actually put this somewhere else. Hi, Valentina. Nice to see you. I will just put this link on my Facebook page. Oh, thank you so much, Valentina. I'm happy to see you. So, I'm going to actually take this and share this on my Facebook stream before I start the reading. And I'm going to go to my red tree tarot page. And today's topic is what's going on with the coronavirus. So, so, okay. Oh, yeah, I'm an Aries with a Cancer moon sign. And yes, one of my jobs, big jobs in life, is helping people relax. I'm a hypnotherapist, apart from being an intuitive. So, yeah, here we are. Okay, so now I am ready to start. Yes, what about you, Valentina? Well, I try my best not to be super blunt, but yeah, a bit blunt. Straightforward, I like to say. Hi, Positive for Life. How are you doing? hmm So, without further ado, so for the last several months, about 8 months or more, I have been seeing 5 5. It started to drive me crazy there for a while. Every time I look around, the total for the till was 555, or it was 5551, or I happened to glance at the clock and it said 55. So some months back, I wondered if I'm going to go through a personal change. And so I connected with my guides and I started to talk to them and ask, like, what's going on? Do I need to panic? Is there a major change? And if there is a major change, is there something I need to do about it right now? Like, why am I constantly seeing 5 5? And here's the information that I got at the time. The information was that there is going to be a major change in how we live and work, and it's going to change the fundamental meaning of why we're here, what kind of work we're going to do, what does work even mean. And there's a big change in the economies and in societies coming up. So I thought about it and I was like, that seems really vague, frankly. And I sort of chilled out and I said, well, you know, let me try and forget about this. But I didn't forget about it every day without fail for the last 8 or 9 months. So when this coronavirus hit, And I was like, okay, so is this what my guides were trying to tell me? And thank you, Valentina. What's your zodiac? Oh, you're Scorpio, right? I just saw that. That's awesome. I love Scorpio. I think they have this really deep intensity, and there's so much I can learn from that depth of emotion that they have. Okay, so let me get back to the reading itself. I'm just going to actually put this. Just want to to ask you actually if you can hear my voice clearly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about what this kind of a virus means for us as a society, like at a global level. And then I'm going to be talking about what each zodiac sign can expect in the next while when it comes to the shift that's happening. So there's a major shift in consciousness that's happening right now as this coronavirus and a response to the coronavirus kind of filters out. Hello, how are you? So let me know if you can hear me. So I'm shuffling the deck, and this is the cat tarot. So yeah, so if everybody is staying home, so this is the cat tarot here. Let me just show you. It's just a really funny deck, and I love it because it's so cute. And here we go. We have this, and I'm using it because I think it just gives everybody a little bit of a laugh. Thank you. Blessings of happiness, peace, health, and abundance to all of you as well. So, as I shuffle the cards, I'm asking my guides and angels at the same time, what does my community, what does the world need to know about the coronavirus? How this virus is going to affect us all in the coming days and weeks and months. And so I'm going to tune in. Shuffling in front of you. Let yourself take a deep breath and connect to your heart to, receive the messages. Okay. Receive the messages. Okay. All right. So here's one card that jumped out. Um, ah, okay. Messages. Okay. So I'm going to show you the cards, but here's the message that I'm channeling right now. And this is a big tomcat looking at a cup, King of Cups. And he is observing what's happening. And this could be a water sign. This is the healthcare, the healthcare system. And the healthcare system is working cooperatively together, and we see that with the two cats together. And of course, these are channel messages. The tarot is just a way to communicate the story. But what's happening is that as the cases are being discovered, and the realization is that there will be some people who will not make it, unfortunately, and that is something that we need to make peace with for all of us, around the world. Just hearing about the way people are being affected, it's like hard, it's just painful, and there is trauma in what is on the news out there. So we need to kind of come to terms with this realization that it was their time to go. And that's something that we all need to accept, is that even though the healthcare systems are trying their best and the world is trying their best and everybody's trying, and especially people who are in the front line, the healthcare workers. We are trying, but some things are meant to be, and they are like a divine, a fated thing, something that just had to happen, and we have limited control over it. So that's the big message that I get from my guides and angels, that we may want to have a lot of control, but we actually can't really have that. And in this case, what's happening is that people who are going are meant would have gone in any case because it was their time. So making peace with that spiritual belief, and just knowing that in our hearts, that people will pass because of this virus, either because they didn't get enough care, or for whatever the reason that it looks to us, it's for us to accept the grief. And all of us around the world, because we're so hyper connected. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Let's just send love to everyone who's facing this virus in any shape or form. In the Either they're serving people who have this, or their loved ones have it, or they themselves are afraid that they may have it, even people who are thinking they might be carrying it. All that fear that we're feeling right now is coming from, wanting to change the situation, wanting to control the situation. But what I'm hearing from my guides and angels, that this is what was meant to happen in exactly this way. And I'm saying this because of the fact, like I told you earlier, that I kept seeing 5 5 for months. And I've actually reached out to my, community of healers and psychics and said, I don't know what this is, but it's like there's a major change that we will all have to accept and understand that it actually happened for the best. Right now, it feels like a total disaster. Like it almost seems like huge shock and a failure of some kind of our systems, our governments. I think everybody's beating themselves up about it. Um, Danny, I offer readings. I offer video readings, and you'd have to email me for a private reading. And, I'm going to be basically, this video is just focused on the coronavirus and our response to it and why it's here. So I'm just going to be going on about it. But first, I just wanted to talk about the emotional and, the human side of things. And then I want to go in and talk about the messages that I've received about the impact of this in the coming months and weeks, is what I've been picking up. Thank you, Danny. So just email me, and I definitely have the time to take you. So, just feel free to email me and send me your questions. And I'll record a video recording. So at this time, actually, I'm offering live readings as well, like one-on-one readings on video conferencing for people who, would like to connect with me during the coronavirus-ish time. So that's a special offer. Otherwise, I do a recorded video. Okay, so sweethearts, let's go back to the fact that, there are going to be some people who won't make it. And let's send love and peace and support to those souls who will pass on. So let's take a moment, about a 30-second break to do that. So if you like, you can send white light to the souls who are moving on, um, to the other side. Okay. And so the next question is, what can we expect in the coming period of time, because of this huge shift? What can we realize from it? What can we learn from it? How are things going to be different? What I've been guided to say is that the way we view work and the way we view healthcare is going to go through a total and complete shift. So more and more, each person is going to have to take responsibility for their own well-being, which is not a negative thing. It basically just means that we need to align more fully with our body, our mind, and our soul instead of, all these baskets of like, okay, so this is work and, I have to show up for work and this is what I have to do. No, this is about stepping back from that and asking those tough questions. What's right for me to do? What's better for my health? So there's a huge paradigm shift that's happening in the healthcare world. And so we more and more we're going to be expected to be responsible for our own well-being, which means being very proactive, choosing professions and jobs that align more fully with our beingness, being very aware that we're not going to have the stability, in terms of income. And we've been adjusting to this for a while. So now the second part of it is, there are two main things that are going to come up for people depending on which country they're in. So some countries are going to go towards having a stipend, a living wage for everybody, so that nobody is, denied food, and denied nutrition or denied shelter, and they would go that way in order to avoid the chaos in the society. So what that means is that, our stability or economic stability is definitely not going to be the same, and it's not been the same for the last 20 years. It's being less and less stable. So in the future, governments can actually create some equity by keeping some people above the poverty line. So that is going to be more and more important. So that will be one way that governments are going to manage it. If governments have any role, or any control, they will. But if it's basically, business motive alone, then we're going to find a situation where businesses are going to, rule everything rather than, human beings. So we've been sort of been afraid of that. But honestly, my guides are saying that governments cannot afford to do this. So, because, the way things like this spread so quickly, so having any kind of poverty is just not going to be acceptable because it's going to affect everybody. So, this virus proves beyond any doubt that we're all interconnected and we're one global society. And so each government, each corporation, each person will have to step up to the plate and really accept what globalization means. And it means that nobody is left behind, that nobody is too poor to afford food, and nobody is too so hungry that they're just compromising on the cleanliness and the hygiene, you know and that animals rights are protected, so that they're not being bred in such a way that they're so full of disease that it just spreads from them to human beings. So this is our opportunity to continue as individuals to put pressure on our governments and to express this need for each person to feel like they are safe. And so what happens in, a remote part of the world, it affects each and every one of us. And so we are one people, and we have to find out a way to work together and to have that deep realization that poverty in any country is not good for anybody on the planet. Like, it's not just about that country's problem, it's our everybody's problem. Eventually, it's going to affect everybody. And that's something that's a major message from my guides. And it kept, they kept yammering it, that, sometimes I'll be honest, I like start to wonder about, like the way the world is, like, that maybe it's normal for people to, live as if there is no one else but them, and maybe people who think about, the rest of humanity, the more spiritual people, we're probably the strange ones here. But my guides would keep knocking, 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 and saying, no, the truth is a spiritual truth. The truth is that we are completely interconnected. And so, the message from my guides is that the moment you realize that, that awakening, that, we are one world, and each person is affecting the other in ways that we don't even realize, that's when we will become aware of our true power, and that power is of love, and that power is of kindness, and that power is of compassion. So, that is the big, big message for the coronavirus. The spiritual message that I've been given to, like this has been constantly been told to me. I've had some resistance over the last 10 months because you're like, okay, really? How interconnected are we? And, so sort of really look at your, our own sort of resistance to that idea. And when I say this, what my guides really want to say is that it's not that everybody has to agree. It's really not about that. It's not that everybody has to look the same. Absolutely not. It's about just knowing that we are connected. And every time we reach into that connection and we send love, something magical happens on this planet. We don't even realize the impact of that because we're sitting here in our little space. But just our thought is going rippling, rippling, rippling down. So, one of the things, there were two or three things that I noticed about the coronavirus just before it came. The energy, there was fear in the energy. There was a sense of restrictedness. There was a sense of having no options. There was a sense of, and maybe this deep pain, and because our emotional pain at a spiritual level affects all of us, right? So I think there was a pain, a deep pain, that we have no control. There is a sense of deep anxiety of not having any control, and I think that was the collective energy that was behind this virus. And so this virus sort of said, it erupted. That's what happens when there's a huge amount of energy. Then this force comes in to try and balance it out. So it was like, okay, so yeah, the truth is you have very little control. What control do you really have? Is it true that you have no control? Surely you have a choice. And by the fact that we're all being so amazing about social distancing, how responsible each person in my neighborhood is being, online, everywhere, everybody is stepping up to the plate and taking charge of the situation, making that choice that I'm not going to go to work because I have a cold and I don't know. And I know it means losing a bit of income, but I will do this because we are connected, and my health can impact someone else, someone else's health can impact us. So suddenly, and this pain from which this virus was birthed, that we have no control, was actually an illusion. And so, how the universe is always teaching us, these are all soul lessons. And now that we realize that, oh, we have this control, and this control is over our own choices of making sure we're washing our hands, making sure that we're showing up in as authentic a way, making sure that we check on our neighbors, making sure that we have our hand sanitizers or whatever it is. And of course, there was a bit of panic in that. I mean, you can't you were human beings. So, somebody decided that they needed more of this or that. That was us just processing our pain and going out there and figuring it out. So, here's what my guides are saying, that the way we address this is going to deal with this because we instead of losing our control, instead of that feeling, oh, I have no control, I have no control, I have no control, this proactive way of approaching this has meant that we take our control back. And the moment we do that, we are proactive, we show up, the fear disappears because the fear is about loss of control. Because when we take control, the fear disappears. And the moment that energy happens, you know, um, according to my guides, there is going to be an immediate response because we are energetically connected. So please type in any questions that you have, and I'm going to pull some cards for each zodiac sign on my newsfeed. Yeah, it's like a, and yeah, thanks for that note here, back to basics. Yes, in a way, yes, because we are connecting to the most important things, which is I'm safe, I've got food, I've got friends, I've got a connection, I can work from home, I can call in, and I can do the work that I usually do just the same, like if not, like some people, I mean, I find myself doing more work actually than I was. I mean, a little bit of a change in routine is not so bad. So, I think this very proactive way that we are managing this is going to be amazing. So, any questions specifically about the coronavirus and how long and what can, like, if you would like my input on timing, timing is usually not as important as shifting the energy. So, any psychic tarot reader will tell you that it's more to do with what's happening inside you, about what's happening in the energetics than the actual time, the clock time. So I'm going to pull a card for Aries. In the next couple of weeks, what can you expect in terms of, this? The focus still remains on the virus in terms of the impact as you're adjusting to this virus. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's one card for Aries, and I'm shuffling. Aries, what can you expect? So, next couple of weeks, um, for Aries, Aries, this is an opportunity for you to sort of just, chill. And, you're the sign who likes to lead, who likes to be proactive, who like to take charge, to take control, And this 2 weeks is about relinquishing some of that and chilling the hell out. So, if you've been not, if you've been feeling a little unwell, a little under the weather, this is a good opportunity to just relax, be on your back, and just chill. um, and you're a sign that tends to go 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 go, and this is about you taking care of yourself right now. I get the Ace of Swords here for Aries, and for Aries this is about cleaning up your clutter. So if you've got a few things that you've left hanging here and there, this is a time to organize, clean, and clear. Um, Delete old files. If it's about your computer, delete old files. If it's about your information, get your information together. If there's something, some paperwork that you owe, get that together. Um, the next thing is it's basically going to be a time for feeding, nourishing, and taking care of yourself. This is, we see these two here, and this is a time for cleaning, feeding, and taking care of yourself. So next sign, Taurus. Picking a couple of cards for Taurus. And if anybody would like, if you're watching this, if you can timestamp this, it would be really appreciated. So I'm going, oops, Taurus, Taurus. Taurus, two cards jumped out. I see connection, soulmate, somebody, love, friendship, like a time of feeling together and in harmony with your significant other if you're in a relationship, or, a forgiveness and reconciliation with someone. There's a really positive energy. For Taurus, I see that. You may find that you are spending a bit more, because taking care of your material needs is really important to you, and you don't like to feel like you don't have enough in the house. So you may feel like you want to buy some stuff. I see Taurus kind of going shopping basically to deal with the next 2 weeks. So I'm just going to pull one more card. Taurus. What else does Taurus need to know? Taurus. Okay. Um, Taurus, you need to know you can't please everybody. So there's going to be some people you'll have to walk away from, and they're not going to get it. You're going to try, but they're not going to get it, and you'll just have to do it your way. So you may feel that way, and that's the kind of energy that's coming in. Just having to do things your way and walking away from people. So that's one thing about Taurus. Now I'm going to pick a few cards for Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Gemini. Um, there we go. Gemini. Gemini. Okay. Gemini, you're waiting for something. It's like it's frustrating as heck, but it looks like you're waiting for something. You're feeling a little bit caged, a little bit stuck, and like wanting to really, claw your way out of it. Like, just look at this card. Like chewing your way out of it. So some things like feeling a bit frustrated over the next 2 weeks, with the social isolation and stuff. I see you taking long walks, wanting to take long walks, spending more time with a pet if you have one. Um, try to get out a bit and go for those walks and let yourself do that, because your energy is kind of antsy. Um, it's just so here's something that my guides are saying. It is what it is. It's not ideal. It's not how you would like it to be. With your sign, with you, it's a feeling of, if I have this, then I don't have that. If I have that, then I don't have this constant, kind of to and froing sort of energy. As soon as you solve one problem, maybe another one shows up. So that kind of feeling like you're never completely on top of everything. Yeah, there is going to be that feeling for the next couple of weeks. I see you sort of just hanging in there, and making the best of it. Um, and things will get better. I mean, it's obviously going to get better after this. But I'm going to kind of put some readings on this channel for next month as well. So if any of you liked my readings, enjoyed them, and you'd like to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, either through video conferencing or with a recording of a video, please go ahead and get in touch with me, and I will be able to do some recordings in the next while. So, next card is Cancer. Cancer coming up. Cancer, guides and angels, spirit. What does Cancer need to know about the next 2 weeks? How is this going to be for Cancer? Cancer. I feel busyness. I feel panic and busyness. Um, um, okay, so here's the message for you. Oh, hi, Felicia. So this is you just in time for Cancer. Okay. So what I feel for the next 2 weeks is a bit of a shock, adjusting to the shock, some the change, and there's some big change, and we've already talked about the virus and how it's affecting all of us psychologically, energetically, and so this is like a big change, a little bit of panic there. Shock and surprise, maybe something you were expecting, it doesn't quite happen the way you expect. There is a really strong earth sign energy, a king of pentacles, and this is a strong masculine energy. This could be Virgo, Capricorn, um, and Taurus, either of these signs. There could be that kind of, energy. You could be in a relationship with that, with an earth sign. Um, and the third card that I got is the Magician. And this is about, just rocking it. You got this one. You may have this moment of like panic, like, what? But then you're like coming back twice as strong and you've got whatever it takes. So it could mean a new relationship, it could mean a new financial opportunity as well. And you may have manifested this, or the next 2 weeks are very strong for a manifestation if you would like to make that. Oh, okay. Okay, so are you Cancerian, GBRLN? Okay. So if you've been manifesting, I mean, there's a very strong vibration of manifestation for you. So just go ahead. I mean, keep doing it. It may be a little unsettling. It may be that what you've been manifesting happens and you're like, what? There's this what energy there. Okay, Gabriella, are you Cancerian? Okay. Yeah, I recognized you. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that makes sense, eh? Oh, okay. So there's a couple of other cards that. So the Fool card jumped out. So kind of trusting in that leap of faith, taking that new, leap of trust. And I again get the Hanged Man here, just kind of hanging in there. Um, and sort of looking at the world with a brand new perspective. That's what I see for the next couple of weeks. Seeing the world with a brand new perspective, a more trusting perspective. So you Cancerians, I feel inclined to say you've got this one. There's nothing to be afraid of. And if that's the guidance you've been receiving as well from your guides, I would say you're pretty on track. Okay, so next one. And hello, everyone, whoever's joined. Oh, you're welcome. So the next card is Leo. Okay, so give me three cards for Leo. Next 2 weeks for Leo. Leo. Ah, oh, okay. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Oh, okay. So Leo, you're going to be pretty much in your power because this popped out for you. So, King of Wands, adventurer, strong dynamic energy, entrepreneurial, the kind of person who walks into a room and everybody pays attention. You're in your power in the next 2 weeks. Um, I see you looking at options, do I want this? And kind of looking at them. Look at the way this cat is looking at the food there, little bits of food there. And she's like, it's a treat. It's really nice. I usually like treats, but I'm going to think about this. So there's this energy of, having a lot and still kind of wondering if you want it, you know. Um, there's a little bit of like almost, dare I say it, sense of like, is there more? You know? So, is there more? And there's also a sort of a playfulness about you. Even though you have these opportunities in front of you, options in front of you, you're kind of wanting to play a bit, have some fun, um, and let me show you this. There's a bit of a conflict, you know. Even though you've got this strong, forceful, dynamic energy, there's this sort of a self-sabotage almost, like not really wanting to take up an offer, not really wanting to follow through with something, wanting instead to be playful or, maybe getting caught up in a petty argument or something like that. So, for my Leo friends, it's your choice and you can manifest anything being that strong, dynamic fire energy that you are. And your charisma can kind of light up a room, for sure. But see if you're not like kind of, losing your opportunities because you're like thinking too much instead of just taking action. So you're going to be attracting some amazing opportunities, but you may have some inner conflict around there, or there may be conflict in the people who approach you for an opportunity. See if you can avoid going into a petty argument. I'm being a blunt Aries here, so as somebody pointed out, us Aries, we're pretty blunt. So I hope this reading is helpful. Now the next one is. Oh, hey, Zevin. Okay, that's great. Did it resonate? Let me know. Okay, so the next one that I'm pulling is for Virgo. So, okay, I mean, I just love this. I had no idea you were there, and, it's amazing, how that happens. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little break, have a sip of tea. Hmm. So, my next few cards, Spirit, are for Virgo. Ah, Virgo. Okay. Oh, wow. So, Virgo, I'll just show this. So, Virgo, you may be finding yourself really tempted, um, to sort of, eat more than normal, um, snack more in the next couple of weeks. Um, and sometimes there'll be that feeling of, I did all this, but what does it even mean? Like feeling a little bit dissatisfied, even though you're having these snacks and you're kind of like everything is great around you, but still feeling a little bit dissatisfied. So there's that dissatisfied energy. Maybe you were hoping that things would be way more, than what you see around you. I see the star card. So there's lots of hope here, even though it's not quite what you thought it would be like. There's a tremendous amount of hope. And this is a card signifying you're on the right track, you're on your path. So you're on your life mission and you are going to make it. It's a matter of seeing the glass half full. So we see that the glass is actually quite full, but she's kind of tipping it to check, is it really full? So this is a message from the divine that it is full, and there is a lot of hope in your situation and you are on the right track. We see the Knight of Wands feeling a little bit frustrated for some of you, or attracting somebody who's kind of in and out. They're very, attractive. Like Knight of Wands can be very, very attractive. And if you're a woman Virgo, then this person may come in. But even if you're a male Virgo, it may be this kind of restless feeling. That this restless feeling either comes into your life or you're feeling restless, and you want to have a lot more to happen, and feeling frustrated and angry that how come I haven't done XYZ yet. Why is it that I didn't do that? So a little bit of frustration and anger. And the message here from the universe is you're on the right track. You're okay. It's going to be all right in the end. All's well. So this is a really heartening message. So if you've been, sort of wondering if you did enough or didn't do enough, this one is saying you did enough, and you're going to get the results soon. So hang in there, Virgos. Okay, so the next one is, by the way, this live video would also be on my Facebook, Red Tree Tarot, on my Facebook page. And if you like this reading, please subscribe and share. And I would love to get more subscribers on YouTube. I would really appreciate that. So if you like this channel, then please do so. And I'm going to now pull some cards for. So we were at Virgo. Oh, Libra. Okay. Libra, the scales of justice. This is your time, Libra. The scales of justice. What we just went through with this virus, or actually, it hasn't finished, but in my mind, it's like, I feel like it's kind of completed something that was going to change. And if you go back to the beginning of the reading, there's some insight about it. So the thing with this situation is a move towards balance. And this is the time of Libra, because there is a balancing that needed to happen, which is happening. So your sign is going to resonate perhaps more than other signs with what is happening right now. You may find yourself in the forefront, sort of leading change, sort of being that person who is helping out community and doing some real things for people. So I'm just going to be shuffling these cards and connecting to the Libra energies. What is going on with Libra? Okay. Um, hmm. So we see here an unraveling. This cat is among these cute balls of wool, and there's an unraveling. Something that didn't make sense to you is being unraveled. Maybe you are looking deeply into a situation and figuring out where it all started from. You could be doing some research, going deep into a situation and figuring it out. Those of you who have cats, I mean, this could obviously mean that you're going to be spending some time with your cat, more time with your cat. I see that there is a sense of not fully trusting your intuition. There is an intuition that you're feeling, and there is a sense of connection, but this may be a time when you're not feeling that connected or that intuitive. Because we see the high priestess in reverse. So this is the high priestess, but it came out reversed. So there is something that you need to research and delve deeply into. You're not really trusting your intuition about it. Um, yeah. This could also be a time when you find yourself staying up late at night researching. thinking through things, unraveling things. Um, this whole situation with the coronavirus or whatever you'll be dealing with in the next couple of weeks um, is you kind of like not feeling like the healthcare system is something you can rely on. Um, Not feeling if, what is better to trust your intuition about how your body is doing or to, get a bunch of tests and depend on that. There's a little bit of like like a Libra always likes to balance things. Libra always likes to do the right thing. And sometimes they can be in their head for a long time figuring out what the right thing is. And right means the socially just thing, what is the most appropriate thing. And my advice when I look at this is that getting in touch with your feelings about a situation may be helpful. Even though you'd rather reason it out in a very logical way, getting in touch with your intuition about something or your feelings about something will give you a lot of insight as well. Even though you'd rather that it was like put down properly and there was a ton of evidence for something, sometimes it's just about trusting who you are and trusting your own body and your own intuition. So, this is the message for Libra. This is definitely the time when Libras are going to feel a lot of stuff as they watch this, because this is a sign that it really cares about social justice. And when something's not right, it's not just to human beings. It bothers them a lot. So Libra, have a wonderful 2 weeks ahead. Stay in tune with your heart. And okay, okay. So how was that for you? Positive for life. You're a Libra. So I'm now going to shuffle and connect with Scorpio. So my next few cards are for Scorpio. November. Oh, Scorpio energy. Okay, so I finally get to the Scorpio card. So just going to, okay, Scorpio. Scorpio. Hmm. Scorpio, this is you not really wanting to slack off. You don't really want to slack off. You'd like to take this opportunity to figure out your finances, to figure out your savings. Money is going to be important for you in the next few months. I see you working hard towards your business, your work. You want to have that stability. So the Scorpio energy is very much about stability and having that kitty of savings, like focusing on your savings, focusing on your money, making sure that all the chores around money are taken care of. It's about balancing your books. It's about making sure you're reliable when it comes to your work. So work is the focus for Scorpio, and financial stability. Very strong energy for Scorpio around that. Next sign. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Positive for Life. Let me know how it goes for you. And I'm now going to go to the next sign, which is Sagittarius. December energy. Sagittarius, my Sagittarians. Oh, where are you? Your energy, Sagittarius. Okay. So, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you may be emerging into leadership. I see a very strong masculine energy, a divine masculine, a father figure. And I see the Page of Swords. So you may end up speaking up to authority. in the next couple of weeks. So, telling truth to power. Now, this could be in your home, this could be at the workplace, this could be anywhere where you feel that the underdog it does not have a voice. So very strong energy around that. Um, and a bit of a shock. Like this may kind of really shake things up for you when you do speak up to this energy. Um, Definitely seeing that uh, you are speaking up. So we see the emperor, we see the page of swords, just really speaking up, and then we see that big surprise. So something may shake you up, or you may shake up somebody. So, your energy over the next 2 weeks, and let me know how that goes for you. These are just general readings. If anybody wants a specific reading about the situation and the energy that they're embodying, please email me, and I can do a live video conference, or I can record a reading and send it to you. So you'll see in my about section, my price list, and things like that. You can get in touch with me and I'll respond. I'm available on video for the next few days, like all of us. I'm also at home. um, so now the next one is Capricorn. Capricorn energy. Oh, okay. Capricorn energy. Okay, there's some conflict around you, Capricorn. Um, you know, not there are arguments, and sometimes they can get really rough. There's some conflict, there's some, you know, competition, there's a competitive vibe. I'm seeing that argument is sort of futile, and then I see the Fool card, to trust, to just let it be the way it is, and to, go ahead and trust. So there's a big um, question around here. Do you trust? Do you trust these people? How do you feel about, the people who are being competitive around you? Can you trust them? And I pulled one more card for clarification. So here's a cat surrounded by toilet paper, cleaning up mess. It looks like in the next couple of weeks you may have to clean up somebody else's mess. Um, a new beginning. There is a new beginning. There is a little bit of frustration here because people may not really get what you're saying or may not be listening to you. And so you may end up having to clean up their mess, or feeling like you have to. And it looks like you're taking a risk of some kind, but you're doing it anyway. That's what it looks like next 2 weeks for you, Capricorn. And then the last, no, not the last, the second last, Aquarius. Aquarius energy. Aquarius, Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius energy. Aquarius, you feel as if you've been doing a lot for somebody, but it comes back to um, haunt you. You instead of a thank you, you don't get that thank you. You get, a pushback, like you're doing a lot. So this is about wondering if things are fair to you, and you're playing with someone and then they bite right back. So um, it may not feel balanced these 2 weeks. Um, and what I see next is um, a situation whereby you are surrounded by people who love you, like lots of family, lots of, meals together, like some happy times, surrounded by family or people, your soul tribe. And then looking at um, lots of opportunities. There's lots of opportunities for you. It could be opportunities for an income as well over the next couple of weeks. But there's this also this energy of like, I'm putting in this much, am I going to get that back, or it's going to be hard, you know, like work being hard. There's that sort of energy as well. So see how it goes next couple of weeks. I'm going to pull an advice card for Aquarius actually, because it feels like they're dealing with a lot. Aquarius, an advice for Aquarius. Aquarius. You have a lot of opportunities. You're the one in charge of saying yes or no. People want to give to you. If you wanted to charge more or whatever this is about, like if you wanted to be more recognized for what you're doing, you will be. So the advice for you is to, just go for it. Just do it like Nike. Okay, last one is Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. The fishes. The next 2 weeks for Pisces. Oh, hmm. When I connect to the Piscean energy, I feel sleepy. Um, Time to relax. So you're getting some time to relax and catch up on your sleep. Um, you've got lots and lots of options, but it's like a by yourself, like feeling a little bit alone and by yourself. So, excuse me, I'm just going to check my phone. Yeah. So there you are. There's the Piscean person. I see them lying low, relaxing, being a little playful, having these rolls of toilet paper. And then we have, this cat looking at all these options, extra food. So lots of extra stuff for Pisces, lots of stuff. And kind of, looking at all the work. So it could be that the Pisces are going to be taking care of other people, serving other people, doing a lot of groceries, taking care of other people, and then having a load of dishes to do afterwards. So, Piscean energies seems like there's lots of people in your life. And lots of housework over the next 2 weeks as you're staying at home. That's what it looks like. I pulled a card anyway, and this is the lovely card with the cat and temperance. So there's a cat, and there's this lovely fish there, and she's just looking, they're just looking at each other, and there's this sort of gentle companionship. So things are going to be peaceful. It's a very healing, gentle, slow energy. Next couple of weeks, according to my tarot deck, it's going to be slower, gentler, more relaxing for you, more about dishes and groceries and cooking and cleaning, getting things organized. Maybe not as much as you would like to. It's just about sort of resting. It looks like you've been on the go, and the next few weeks are about resting. So, for all of you who liked this reading, let me know what you liked and your comments. And please subscribe to my channel. I will be posting readings on and off whenever I get an opportunity. If you have any specific types of questions you'd like me to look at, just post it in the comments and I'll see if I can do a video around that. Have a wonderful rest of the evening and hope to, see you some other time. So thank you so much and bye now.